Disclaimer: this video will contain spoilers for all things related to Genshin Impact, specifically the Genshin Impact manga. You have been warned.
Diluc of Mondstadt. Not interested in idle chit-chat. If you have things you want to get done, let me know.
Hello everyone, my name is Valerians, and today we will shed light on the Uncrowned King of Mondstadt, Diluc Ragvinter, the king of the City of Wind's alcohol industry, and less known to others, the Darknight Hero. The city of Mondstadt, though idyllic and peaceful, is not one without any threats. Once protected by the animal Archon Barbados and its dragon Fallen, now the City of Wind must fend for itself. And so, the Order of Favonius was created, better known as the Knights of Favonius. The Knights are citizens of Mondstadt who take it upon themselves to protect the city they live in. However, the Knights sometimes are slow, indecisive, and have too much to handle with too few to pass the burden. So in order to fully protect their city, alliances need to be made, with one such alliance being a shaky one to the Fatui, the military organization that hails from Shesnaya. But such alliances are ones that may have invited hidden dangers, as this was one such thought running through the head of Diluc, a man who vows to protect his city in the night while trusting no one but himself. But what exactly sparked the flames of the man who, at day, is serving drunkards their fill at Angel's share, but at night, swiftly and mercilessly dispatches any threats to their city and nation? Born on the 30th of April on the constellation of Noctua, Diluc Ragvinter was the son of the highly renowned and honored Crepus Ragvinter, the then lord of the wine industry of Mondstadt. Diluc was a bright individual whose passion could not be contained. He was a noble and just young man who had been accepted into the ranks of the Knights of Favonius, and as well was on his way to become a central figure of their organization, becoming their youngest ever cavalry captain. Diluc did not live alone with his father. He also had an adopted sibling, Kaya Albrecht. While they were growing up, they were a fearsome pair, guarding and protecting each other and knowing what the other needed. It was as if there was nothing that could ever damage this unbreakable bond. If you look back at these times, the Diluc that most know today is so vastly different from when he was but a young man that you could assume that something changed not only his attitude, but the very way he views the world. And that most certainly happened. A regular escort. That was all there was to this commission. Nothing more, nothing less. That was probably what Diluc and his father, along with a couple other knights, thought on one rainy day. Until they were attacked by a violent and savage creature, later known as Ursa the Drake. The knights couldn't hold a candle to this monster, including Diluc, who wounded himself trying to slay the beast. Crepus, however, had something up his sleeve, an ace in the hole. What he had was a delusion, an artifact known to grant its users with powers unmatched by any other at the chance of taking the user's life force. And so, just as any good father would do, Crepus used the delusion and managed to hold back the beast, saving his son. However, the power is too great for him, and the toll for his power was paid with his life. Diluc watched on as his father sacrificed his life for his own, and this very moment, the fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness that he felt is one that turns good men cruel. Reporting back to the Knights of Favonius, however, was the final nail in the coffin. The Order, specifically Investigator Erok, believed that they needed to cover this act as this would endanger the reputation of the Knight's ability to protect the citizens of Mondstadt. Diluc protested, and his claims fell on deaf ears. Enraged, Diluc left the Knights and cast away his vision, stating that they should always remember that the nation of Mondstadt was built upon the shoulders of those such as his father. Although many now viewed this as a tragic accident, as told by the Knights of Favonius, and even Diluc himself for a time, this incident was instigated by the Fatui, who called upon the beast to their location using a mechanism in the form of an insect. Seeing no reason to stay in a city he wasn't strong enough to protect, Diluc left the safety of Mondstadt and traveled to 7 nations of Teyvat, seeking the truth of what happened to his father. He learned of the delusions and the makers of such devices, the Fatui. With that, he set off a revenge-driven quest against the Fatui, slaying those related to them and destroying their bases of operations across the land. This did not go unnoticed, as the 11 Fatui Harbingers monitored the young vengeful lad, and one day, they struck, almost succeeding in snuffing out Diluc's life. He was saved by a stranger who worked for an underground network, which Diluc worked with as payment for saving his life. He felt, for the first time in the longest of times, fulfilled and full of purpose. Eventually he returned to Mondstadt, reclaiming his vision, with only one goal: to save his city. Being the owner of Dawn Winery, and by extent, most of Mondstadt's income, Diluc is an individual renowned and fawned over by many. To most people, he can be seen working at the Angel's share, but to his inner circle, he is much more than that. Although having no respect for the Knights, Diluc holds a modicum of respect towards their current acting Grandmaster, Jean Gunhilder, as he understands the heavy burden trusted upon her shoulders and the incompetence of the other Knights in her organization leave her to work almost all day and all night. Lisa Minchi, the head librarian of the Knights of Favonius, is also an individual that Diluc has respect for, even if she is affiliated with the Knights, although he believes that she doesn't fulfill her peak potential due to her laziness. Unlike those two, there are 2 individuals who have a negative relationship with Diluc, those 2 being Diona, the bartender at the Cat's Tail Tavern, and Kaya, Diluc's adopted brother. Diona's hatred towards Diluc is one that doesn't go both ways, as Diluc is somewhat perplexed by her hatred towards him, as he even leaves a good note wishing the Cat's Tail Tavern good luck in their endeavors, which is a tavern Diona works and resides at. Funnily enough, they have a similarity in which they both despise alcohol, though it would seem as both of them are not going to find out anytime soon. His relationship with Kaya, on the other hand, is as cold as ice. Both have their animosity towards the other, with Diluc being more hostile towards his younger brother due to Kaya's true intentions. Needless to say, the 2 brothers who once didn't even have to talk to understand each other barely talk at all now. Justice. What is justice if not unrelenting? What is justice if not swift? And what is justice if not powerful? Diluc heeds the words "shine true" as if they were his life pursuit. He knows that in this world, without strength, you cannot protect anything. With this, he guards the nation of Mondstadt from threats internal and external, and he will do it alone if he has to, because in order for the dawn to come, there must be one who lights the way out of the darkness. Thank you for listening to Tales from Teyvat. If you've reached the end of this video, here's a couple of fun facts for you to enjoy. Did you know that Diluc's name is derived from the Latin word Diluculum, meaning daybreak or dawn? And did you also know that his constellation Noctua is Latin for the owl, or literally meaning nightbird? If you do enjoy this video, do leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and also do check out my video regarding the 11 Fatui Harbinger, Tartaglia. If there are any other characters you'd like me to cover, please let me know in the comment section down below. My name is Valerians, thank you, and I'll see you soon.